Okay, so prime factorisation, or its other name, prime factor decomposition. The clues in the title: primes, you're going to be looking for prime numbers, and then factor or factors, are thinking about the numbers that divide into it. So if we do an example, it becomes much, much clearer. The number 20, think about two of its factors. If you can happen to think of one that's prime, it's a bonus, but if not, it can still be done. So the factors of 20 could be 2 and 10. 2 is a prime number, so I'm going to circle it, whereas 10 is not. So that means I can still break that 10 up into other factors, 2 times 5, and look for more primes. So 2's prime, 5's prime. Once you've found the number and all of its prime factors, you then need to write it out. So 2 times 2 times 5. Now that is the number broken up into just its prime numbers. Double check it. 2 times 2 is 4, times 5 is 20, so you know that you're correct. There's also another thing called index notation or index form, and you just need to pop your answer into that. So where possible, if you can put any indices in place, do so. So 2 times 2 is the same as 2 squared, so that's the indice there, and then times 5. So that's just a better answer. 2 squared times 5. A second example, proving that it doesn't really matter how big the number gets, could be what is the prime factorisation of 120. There are lots of starting points, but you just need to break that number up into factors. The factors of 120 could be 12 and 10. Somebody else might pick a different starting point, but they will still get the same answer in the end. Now, neither of those are prime numbers, so I'm going to have to break them both up into other factors. So if I look at the 12 could be broken up into 2 times 6. 2 is a prime number this time, so I can circle that, whereas the 6 isn't, so I need to carry that branch on still. 6 is made up of 2 times 3, and I've found 2 more factors, both prime. 10, if I need to carry that one on, would be 2 times 5, and both prime numbers, so I've finished the factor tree. Then need to use the answer. So looking at my 120, it's made up of 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. Now put it in that order just because it makes it easier to do the index form. If I can see 2 times 2 times 2, that is the same as 2 to the power of 3, or 2 cubed. And then that has still been multiplied by 3 and by 5 to make that 120. So that will be your final answer, 2 cubed times 3 times 5.